Welcome to the new starter process video. The purpose of this video is to detail how the RES Showcase platform has been configured and allow you to quickly evaluate or demonstrate how a new starter process could be configured utilising RES Service Orchestration, Automation Manager and Workspace Manager.
So what we're trying to demonstrate here is the fact that we can create a new user in our HR database, and through Service Orchestration and Automation Manager, that new user will be created an Active Directory, assigned the correct permissions and department groups, and also their mail account will be created. So the three elements in place to do that are obviously our HR database, RES Automation Manager and RES Service Orchestration. Before we kick off this process, we need to start a couple of prerequisites. The first one being is in the Automation Manager console under Job Scheduling, you'll see a SOSync HR database, which is on hold currently. We need to resume that. And what this is the data link between the HR database and Service Orchestration. So that will actually read any changes in on a scheduled basis, which happens to be every 5 minutes at the moment. The other thing we need to do is, obviously, as we're creating the user's mailbox, we need to start MS Exchange on the controller. So we can obviously double click on MS Exchange on the desktop. I've already clicked on this to save us a bit of time. So now we're about to log into the Client 01 Windows XP machine as one of the HR users, and obviously the HR users will have access to the HR database. So HR10 is the HR manager, so he's probably a good starting point to log in with. Straight away we see Workspace Manager has kicked in and configured this user environment, and in the top left hand corner we can see the shortcut to the HR database. So let's go ahead and launch that. And we're now into the HR simulated database. So what we'll do is we'll click on new user down the bottom, and we'll fill in some details about the user. Within the RES Showcase platform, we've got a common user structure naming convention. So the first name of the user should always begin with the department, and the departments that are pre-configured in our environment are HR, Finance, Engineering, Sales, IT and Marketing. So I'm going to go and create a new HR user. So the first name is HR, and surname follows a numbering convention. So surname ending with 10 will be the manager, and 1 to 3 are already predefined within the environment. So you're quite free to create 05 to 09. So we'll create an 05 user. So HR 05. We'll give them an age. 30, female. We'll fill in the job title. The department, as I mentioned previously, we already have some predefined departments: engineering, finance, HR, IT, marketing and sales, so it's a HR user. The manager, as I said previously, is that all managers ending 10, so obviously HR 10 with the manager. Office, telephone number, work number, and a mobile number. Date join will obviously be today. And once we've inputted that information, we can quit the database, and we can head back over to the controller now. So we're back in the controller now. So if we launch the Automation Manager console, under Job Scheduling, we should see the HR database should sync in a minute or so. So what we should see happen is that under current activity we'll see that sync, and then hopefully what we'll then see is that a runbook will be invoked, which will create the new HR user. So as we can see, is the data link has been initiated. And soon after that we should see in current activity a runbook invoked. And there we go, we can see the runbook's invoked, which will create the Active Directory user and mailbox. So if we double click on that, we should see the job which is going to run. So we can see already it's created the AD account. It's about to, or it's running the mailbox creation process, and at the end it should say send some email messages to the user and the manager. And that process will take about 2 minutes, so we'll skip to the end of that. So there we go. In the job results we can now see that Runbook has been invoked and successfully created the user's mailbox and Active Directory account. What we'll now do is that we'll go back over to the Client 01 Windows XP machine where the HR manager is logged in. So we're back over on the Client 01 Windows XP machine and obviously logged in as the HR manager. So what now should have happened is if we start Outlook, the manager of that user, which happens to be this user, has been emailed with the user's login credentials, so which we can see there. So what we'll do is we'll log on to the Client 02 machine, the Windows 7, as that user, and hopefully his Active Directory account should be enabled. So if we log on as HR05, which is our newly created user. So Workspace Manager is composing the user environment. And because this user is a new HR assistant, using the likes of Workspace Manager in conjunction with access controls, we can see that user also has access to the HR database. So obviously the AD account has been created correctly. If we now launch Outlook to test there's been a mailbox created for the user. So a mailbox has been successfully created for that same user. Also, part of that creation process, we've simulated an email being sent to the new user, just as a welcome message. So we can delete that. So if we compose a new mail, we can see down the bottom already is that we've used RES Workspace Manager to configure the user's MAPI profile and also pre-populate the user's signature with the information that we had in the HR database. So you can see the mobile number, the work number, there's a fax number, obviously the user's name and their job title. The other thing we can quickly have a look at is if we try and send an email to a pre-configured HR distribution group, that user hopefully should be already added in there as part of that automated process. So HR, there's a distribution group called HR. If we expand that, we should see the members, and we can see HR05 is created.
For more information on the Virtual Engine Showcase platform or RES software products, please check out the following website resources. Many thanks for taking the time to listen.